Is it still awesome? The Marlin Camp Carbine. The sun is literally coming out for the first time as I start to film this episode. So I think the heavens are weighing in. Maybe there's your answer. The Marlin Camp Carbine. It has been cloudy all day and the sun just came out. You saw it happen. Welcome, sun. So glad to have you. It's about 42 degrees out here. Wind has been cranking at about 15 to 20 miles an hour. It's died down some now. I'm mic'd up. And yeah, we're talking about the Marlin Camp Carbine. This is my gun. Purchased for the review, y'all. I did pretty much a rave review on the Marlin Camp Carbine. Go watch it. That is going to be the details of the gun if you want to know about it. This is just a revisit, a shooting in field, both accuracy and on steel, and weighing in on how maybe things have changed for the Marlin Camp Carbine. Now, we are living in UDR clown world where, well, stupidity reigns. And so the bump stock thing is in play and they are supposedly gonna say they're illegal. Expect for that to be challenged in court. Really depends on how moral the court is that hears that case, whether it will be overturned. So it might be a good time to rely on your Marlin Camp Carbine for defensive PCC duties instead of your braced pistol option, which I'm sure you've thrown that brace in the garbage by now. Yeah. Well, I've had a love-hate relationship with PCCs this whole time in TMP. I've said as much. Every review is a revisit to that love-hate relationship. It basically says, I'd rather run an AR-15, not a 9mm. Or in the case of the Marlin Camp Carbine, maybe a 45 ACP version. So those were around as well. They took 1911 mags. This one, of course, is a 9mm version. It takes 5900 series magazines. I have them cleverly labeled for the review. And this is horrible. I had 3 mags with me and I only have 1 at this location. So that's crap. I'm going to have to stop the camera, reload this one, and it is what it is. I can't go all the way back. It takes me 45 minutes to go back to the truck. Not going to do it. Nope. Marlin Camp Carbine, though, this is a traditional style of PCC. It was intended for game procurement, maybe, well, as the name indicates, doing stuff in the camp, you know, plinking around, fooling around, maybe a survival carbine in the day. It was made by the old Marlin Corporation, which was amazing. They had some skilled craftsmen employed. They used really good materials. They didn't really cut many corners. I do own several old school Marlin firearms and man, do I love them. I mean, if you look at this barrel, for instance, look how thick that is. Ordnance steel barrel, Marlin quality. I'll tell you what, guys, if you bought a Marlin Camp Carbine off my original review years ago, you have probably made $200 on your purchase, maybe more. I went into Gunbroker and looked around and I'm seeing them sell for around $1,000 now. I saw one that was pristine selling for much more than that. So if you haven't abused it and it's in relatively good condition, this one is in relatively good condition. I have put some wear on it. The original owner put some wear on it. You can see the original sticker on there. Holy cow, is that fun or what? I left that on. See, and that's what I was talking about. The old school craftsman at Marlin. See how he signed that? Tested it. Signed it. That's how every gun company should do it. But these are going for $1,000. So if you bought yours, let's say you bought yours for, I don't know, $550. Maybe you've made $400 because you could probably sell it. Now, I suspect you will never sell it, and you probably shouldn't. You probably know what I feel about this gun already. It's so special, so interesting, really, because it straddles the tactical world and the outdoor hunting world, in my opinion, the Marlin Camp Carbine. It's really a really cool blend between the two. because it does take, you know, normal capacity 9mm magazines in this version. That's a very tactical thing detachable mags. That's a tactical thing. But it has a friggin' birchwood stock. Some were checkered. Like that real expensive one I saw was checkered. Look at that gnarly scratch on mine. That's sad. Yes, and that's a very, well, hunting world thing to have a wooden stock. So it's a old school steel and wood gun. No threaded muzzle on here. But we have that beautiful hooded peep sight. I have flavored mine, as I say, with fluorescent fingernail paint. I'm not currently using it because I'm running a Bushnell TRS 25 on this, which is completely adequate for this gun. I did have to add that pick rail. The gun, when I bought it, I didn't have it, but that was relatively inexpensive. Screwed right on. I used blue Loctite to put it on. So also old school on the Marlin Camp carbine is the charging handle is very 1022-ish right here. So it's small. I would imagine, and I can't remember if I talked about it in my review, the accessories you could put on for your Marlin Camp carbine. There might be an extended something you could put on your charging handle. But here's the deal, dudes, and I think you get it. This thing is collectible at this point, and so if you were to go and tacticalize this, it'd be kind of a fool's errand. You might want to just use it as is, get something more tactical, which, by the way, I do have a competitive option. Another TMP cast member, highly favored, incidentally, and it'll come out, and I'll talk to that. A more tactical AR-15-ish PCC. You know, it really depends on what you want. This does not have the versatility of a gun like that, like an AR9. So it doesn't have the adjustable ergonomics, like adjustable butt stock, change out, you know, different pistol grips, change your triggers out. You probably want to go with an AR9 PCC if you go that route. Enough talking, time for shooting. I'm going to start off with, I think steel. And because we're going to walk down and check the accuracy, and once we walk down, I want to come back. This is the Bog Pod, of course, and it is fantastic. I'll put a link below. The Bog Pod is amazing. I just love it. It's just changed how I do things here in the project. I don't have to set up a table for accuracy testing. Well, informal accuracy testing like we're doing here with IISA. I mean, if it's like no joke, we need to find out what this gun can do. I put it on a really good rest, a really good bench. Here we go. There's my safety inside the trigger guard. Oh my gosh, this thing is fun to shoot. Now, I don't know if you guys can see this, but I have a new target set up here. It's a little plate. Look at that freaking blue heron flying off in the distance. That's awesome. Now, I asked you guys if you like this point of view, and I think most y'all in the donation environment, at least, they said, yeah, that's totally fine for us. We like over the shoulder. We can see you shoot and see the gun. So I'm sticking with it. Let me talk about the shooting dynamic. It's just really smooth. There's a little bit of bump with the recoil, but overall, really smooth, easy to shoot. Last shot hold open right here, boys. Sun coming out in full force now. God's smiling on the Marlin Camp carbine. Literally cloudy all day until I started filming. So God apparently loves this gun. He should, because it is so old school, so beautiful. And some guys might complain about this though. You know, the stick out magazine well. They're like, I don't like that. I think in the day when the Marlin Camp carbine was popular, it was produced from like 1980 something to 1999, I believe, the Marlin Camp carbine. But guys did complain about this, kind of like the Ruger PC carbine in the day. They're like, yeah, I don't really care for that. Me, I don't care. I don't care. And I love that it takes a very inexpensive, easily available magazine like this one. This is a Mekar 20 rounder for a Model 59, and also an awesome gun. Expect an IISA episode on the Smith & Wesson Model 59, by the way. Let me know in comment if you want that. Yeah, these are really inexpensive. Great magazines. Now, ergonomically, again, this is going to come in a distant second to an AR9. I mean, that magazine release is hard to find. It's there, but it's small. It's, again, kind of a blend between old school outdoorsy things, a little bit of tactical, not much. And then the safety, as you saw, inside the trigger guard. I haven't shot this thing forever. I totally forgot that. There it is. Here's your safety. Trigger on this one is actually pretty good. I would imagine it's not super light. Probably about 6.5 pounds. We're not going to measure it out here. This thing was really designed to be shot with the buckhorn sight right here. So that's really old school. Really an old school sight right here. So, you know, just easily adjustable. Serrated ramp on the front blade. Again, I can't say enough good about the old school Marlin barrels. I really haven't ever shot one of these micro groove barrels that did not impress me. All the micro groove barrels I have, Marlins, they're shooters, dude. They're shooters. Like all the 22s I have with micro groove, whew, legit. I'm gonna load up the mag, more shooting coming. IISA. Now this stock is a little bit slick, like all old school wood stocks often were, but I have refrained from putting anything here because, again, collectible, cool firearm, just deal with it. I mean, if this was my only PCC, my only GTW PCC, I would probably put some skateboard tape up here. It's not though. Well, not for now. I'm sure I'll sell everything in the future. Whoopsie. Can you guys see that twisted one? I'm gonna try for that one again. Again, these PCCs, I'm talking like a full stocked PCC, like this one, is really fabulous in that it allows you to hit so much more easily than a pistol, most shooters. I mean, if you're Joe Pistolero, you'll have no problems at this distance. I mean, most guys who are practiced up can hit what I'm hitting at a pistol. I sure can. But if you go back a bit, like we go out to 75 yards, things radically change. PCC is your friend. Also, we have a longer barrel for a little bit more velocity. The more modern rounds have helped us with that. The more modern, fast-burning powders in 9mm defensive loads have helped. But I love it. And then if you're going to use the sights, you got, well, a longer-ish sight radius. I kind of wish this one had been placed further back, but since I'm running a red dot, it doesn't really matter. Marlin Camp carbine. It's not like super light, but I would say it's definitely in the ballpark. I'll put the weight on the screen exactly. Loading up again. How about a little accuracy testing out of the Marlin Camp carbine? Let's check it out. Now I just have a red dot here, so excuse alert. Yeah. Lower right. Those look like they're hitting to the right with this load, so I got to aim left. Steel. Man, that's fun to shoot. Really fun to shoot. Marlin Camp carbine. Now, we're not going to go down range quite yet to check that paper. We're going to talk about a competitive option, which I have right here. So maybe you look at this and you go, hey, you know, it's kind of cool, nothing fancy, Marlin Camp carbine, but I need more. I want AR-15 ergonomics, versatility, all the stuff you've talked about over the years. And you know what? I get you, man. I get you. For me, the Marlin Camp carbine, again, is that blend of practicality and old school craftsmanship. So it gets done with all your AR9s will get done, but it's old school. But let's talk about a competitive option, shall we? Here we go, coming out of gun case, a cast member kept for just such occasions like this. This is the Milsport. That is AT Milsport carbine in 9mm, taking Glock magazines, y'all. Now, when I did my review on this one, I said, why would I go out and buy a Colt, you know, AR9 when I have this? This thing shoots so well. Of course, I may have just jinxed it right there, but it did in testing. And literally, I haven't shot it since testing. I haven't even lubed it at all. But this is what a lot of guys dig. So, hey man, I get what you're saying, but I want, you know, the comfort of an AR-15 buttstock, the ability to swap a different one in. I can get rid of this awful A2 pistol grip. You can see that I have not, because it does work. It is completely functional. You can change out the handguard. You can put a VG on here. By the way, I love that that has key mod. I love that. I really need to put a VG on this sucker. I do. I'll get around to it. Simple blowback. The American Tactical Milsport carbine. Simple blowback. And here we go shooting, well, this gun for the first time since I tested it. I've been so busy with the other stuff. You guys may think, oh my gosh, you're always shooting. Well, I am shooting all the time, but with purpose. So if it doesn't directly serve a review purpose, I can't spend the money on the ammo. It doesn't make sense. Let's turn this bad boy on. There it is. Milsport carbine AR9. I'll start off with steel. It should be zeroed close enough. Yep. Then I'm going to shoot that upper right target just for fun. The upper right circle. Lock this in here. By the way, the watch is a Hamilton, boys. Hamilton Khaki Field, the large one that they did a limited run on. There's smaller versions of this that some of you guys may like better, but it's hand wound. It has that Flieger strap on it. Thing is amazing. I just love it. Sapphire crystal, 100% Swiss made. Booyah! Watches are so dang fun. That's 4 shots there. Let me tell you though, shooting this and shooting the Milsport carbine, I'm sorry, the Marlin Camp carbine, this is recoiling more. You know, it's a direct blowback, but I'm getting, I don't know if recoil is the right word for it, but I'm just getting more of the push from the AR9. And I've shot a lot of AR9s. I've reviewed more than a few, and they're all pretty much like this. They'll all give you a good push. I shouldn't say good push. They give you some recoil because they have to have a pretty heavy bolt. There are some that use a locking bolt mechanism that mitigates the recoil. I think CMMG's that way. I sure love this though. Oh my gosh, what a great little gun this is. $725 in the day from Gunny's, the Great American Gun Store. I think he still may have these. And you can see I've left it in the original configuration just because I love it so much. I didn't change the butt stock. I'll deal with the A2 pistol grip. I haven't done anything with the trigger. It's as it came out of box. This is the HS503C Holosun, link below. One of my all-time favorite brands, Holosun. Yeah, this is such a sick gun. Which one would I want to go to war with if you ask that? Now, are you being serious when you ask that question? Are you saying, you know, like serious purposes? Well, once again, I'd rather opt for an AR-15. But if between these two guns, I take this one. I mean, it has higher firepower with a 33 round Glock magazine, better ergonomics, more versatility, blah, 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 all the AR-15 stuff. I think most of y'all get that. Oh my gosh, what a great gun. No last shot hold open in most of these AR9s that use Glock mags. But big thumbs up with this gun. Big thumbs up, I just love it. More modern option, of course, against the Marlin Camp carbine. Really fun to roll it in front of the camera once again, make you think about it once again. The American Tactical Mil Sport carbine. I hope they're still selling it. They still have it out there. It is a reference standard. Now, it doesn't have the super short barrel that some guys really love. I don't mind this barrel length. Again, more velocity, less noise, which is always a win. And let's walk downfield and we'll check out our accuracy and see what's up. See what's up. How do I think I did? I can't really see with a red dot so much, so hard to say. Really hard to say. Just wearing tinnies right now because it's dry out here. It was muddy about 2 weeks ago. I couldn't even come out. This is a mess. Yeah, we did okay. Red dot though, I threw out the excuse cone already. So that's a group right there. I need to zero it again because it is not zeroed for this ammo. That is two groups. So that's one group right there, shot at the center target. That group's right there. That's its own group. That's really outstanding. That's a group right here with a Marlin Camp carbine at about 35 yards with a red dot. And that's a Mil Sport carbine, so it's doing a little bit better. Yeah, I thought it'd actually do a little bit better, but also I'm off the bog pot. I'm not like totally rested, so we'll throw that in there. And we are coming to the end of this IISA episode on the Marlin Camp carbine. The sun setting, the heavens smiling on this gun. Is it still awesome? You guys know the answer. The answer is, of course, yes. It's completely awesome. The Marlin Camp carbine. I never plan on selling mine ever. This one has a rubber butt pad, by the way. Really a fun, excellent, capable, and second cool gun. Not quite up to the versatility standards of an AR9, as you guys know. We showed that just a little bit here in this IISA episode. These guns, as you know, are highly under attack by the leftists and the Huons that support them, which are pretty much most people in this country, it seems like. So I would say join the GOA, the NRA, stay very active politically, do everything in your power to preserve your 2A rights as God intended. They're actually God-given rights, your right to be armed. They're not given to you by the government, but they seem to think they can take them away. Guns are highly political, so if you choose to be a gun owner, you are choosing to be political. And do your best to help us defend the rights to keep them. Nothing Fancy Project, IISA, Marlin Camp carbine, brought to you by donors to the Nothing Fancy Project. Be one, stay one the rest of your life. Anybody can do $5. I'm a patron to several YouTubers. I support them. Thank you so much. I hope to see you again here in the channel with all the videos posted, including the friggin' watch reviews. Yeah, over and out.